Shalom, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is 1 Timothy 6 and verse 7. For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain that we can carry nothing out. Okay, so all of the stuff that are in this world is temporary. As it says, for we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can't carry nothing out. All right. Verse 8, having food and remnant, let us be therewith content. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. So it goes to show you that the Lord isn't dealing with the rich on this side. Jake could have money and good substance, but as it says in Matthew, give us thy daily bread. All right, so the rich on this side, it's very, very rare that they're going to make it into the kingdom, which they will. But on this go around, the rich on this side isn't destined to make it because, for one, they receive their consolation, which is their money. And two, they're not focused on the Lord, because you give a man all that bread, all that money, his mind is gonna be on that. He gonna be at a comfortable estate. He's not gonna be focused on salvation. Ultimately, that Jake is gonna want to stay here, and enjoy that bread that he or she has. Okay, when you look at these celebrities, they literally got it all. The fame, status, the money, which obviously the woman comes with it. And their mind isn't on Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Their mind isn't on the Lord, because they know that they're Israelites, but ultimately, what? They sold out. 1 Timothy 6 and 9. And Paul understood this. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts. So when you're rich on this side, you fall into temptation. As it says, money is the root of all evil. For the love of it. For the love of money is the root of all evil. People covet after it. They worship that. So the rich, they fall into temptation, a snare, into many foolish and hurtful lusts. Look at the rich that are on this side. The celebrities, the athletes, the entertainers, they got to do many degrading and hurtful things. Whether it's sacrifices, whether it's different rituals, humiliation rituals, Salakia. All right, we don't have to do this. We know our riches is being stored up in heaven. All right. So, which drown men in destruction and perdition. And they're getting drowned in destruction and perdition because they got to keep continuing to do these things, these different hurtful acts, just to keep their riches. So they got to keep doing that. And ultimately, they selling out to Satan. Because that's who this world worships in this day and age. They worship Satan. These elites, the elites of Esau, they're big and heavy on Satan worship. All right. Verse 10, for the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, and Esau is the biggest covetous person, as he stores up all this gold, all this silver in these vaults, and don't never use them. This devil is the biggest coveter. They have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through many sorrows. And how have they done that? By worshiping this money. Because Jake on this side, they try to escape the curses. Because basically every Jake got some type of talent and gift. They can have all this talent and they'll sell their soul, all right, to these record labels, movie companies, or whatever, Sony, whatever field that they going into. And from that point on, they gotta do this. They gotta dye their hair. They gotta talk this certain way. They gotta get popped up the rectum, cast away their bowels. They gotta degrade their people. All right, promote degeneracy, because ultimately they sold their soul, and they did it for the love of that money, to escape the curses. All right, which goes all the way back to verse 7. For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we carry nothing out. So everything on this side is nothing but temporary. And the men of the Lord, having this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, we understand that. All right, but Jake in the world, they don't, because they can't see past this place, because they wasn't given the knowledge. They wasn't given that spirit to know these things, these mysteries. All right. Let's see. This is Matthew 6th chapter. Six and verse 11. Give us this day our daily bread. All right. So, and this was Yahweh Shah speaking. The best way to be is to have the spirit on you, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, obviously the Lord bless you with bread, food to eat, and to be able to get by day to day. Not too much to the point where you're super filthy rich, and not too less to the point where you're um to the point where you have nothing. All right. And every brother's situation different. Some brothers got a abundance of money or whatever, but the Lord always going to give you just as much as you can handle. All right. Verse 13, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. All right. So, not making this too long, Lord willing, this was edifying. Giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Shem Yahushua by Shem HaKadosh. Okay. The barnes to the elders and apostles, the great millstone, and peace, salutations to the hopeful elect. Let's say shalom.